Hey everyone, Matt Canning here with bodybuildingpro.com, here at the 2012 Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic Expo at the Greater Columbus Convention Center, here with Marcus the Comet Haley. So Marcus, tell us, how are you enjoying the expo so far? And I see that you're with Metrics. Can you tell us a little bit about your time with them?
Yeah, I've been with Metrics since 2005 when I came out and won the Mr. North America. Great company. Patrick Cornoculo, who's in charge of all the athletes and stuff, has been good. It's a company that's not only about bodybuilding, but about nutrition and just healthier life and letting you understand, nutrition, health, training, every aspect of it. So I've been with them for a good 7-8 years, and it's been a pretty good ride.
That's great. I've tried Metrics supplements before. I think they're one of the, let's just say that they're more good, reputable, standing companies out there. They've been around for a long time, and hey, you'd know something bad about them by now if there was anything bad to know. I think that they've just gone out there, made good products, and consistently good reputation. So I think that it's nice to see you here with them. Why is your nickname the Comet?
In high school, I was real fast in track and in football, and in Haley, they call me Haley's Comet. So one of the kids in the junior high came over, and I remember we were getting ready to go out, and he was like, Marcus, and he went, Haley's Comet, and then everybody just kind of stuck. And I got my Letterman's jacket, and when I got my Letterman's jacket, I actually ordered it on there just Haley, and the guy that does it put Haley's Comet, so it's been stuck with me ever since.
Marcus, this past year, 2011, not 2012, but 2011, really good year for you. At the Phoenix Pro, where Troy Alps won, and I gotta say, when I saw you, I've been following your career, I didn't ever expect you to make those kind of improvements. You look to me 10 pounds heavier, but not just heavier. A lot of guys come in heavier. That doesn't necessarily help them. You came in 10 pounds heavier, it looked like to me, and you were in a better condition. I think this impressed a lot of people. Dave Palumbo he thought that when you saw you with your tracksuit looking that big, he thought you must be spilled over. Because how can you be looking that big? And people try it, but it doesn't tend to work out for them because their conditioning gets neglected. But in your case, you came in 10 pounds heavier, in the best condition I've ever seen you. What happened there? How did it work out so well for you?
It's not really anything magic about it. I think that naturally, I'm not a big eater. I just don't have a big appetite. So this time, I was able to eat a lot more food, and the diet was a little bit slower. It wasn't as fast. I didn't have to hurry things up, so I was able to retain more muscle. I actually grew into the show. I was in shape weeks before the competition, probably about 5 weeks, so that enabled me to kind of just manipulate my carbs a little bit, get out the cardio machine, and let the diet do the job, and as a result, I came in heavier.
Well, a guy who's been around as long as you've been pro since '05, but you've been competing as an amateur longer than that, and to be at that level for that long, I didn't think you could do that. And it impressed me. I don't think the judges necessarily expected you to make those kind of improvements, but that really put that and Tijuana, both those contests put your physique in their minds, I think. I think that you have a really good chance of, if you compete at the Mr. Olympia again, making that top 10, maybe even doing better. And I don't think you have to improve. I know that every bodybuilder wants to improve, but if you simply, in my opinion, repeat how you looked last summer, basically, I think you could be a shoe-in for the top 10 at the Olympia. How do you feel about that? And where do you go from here?
Well, with the new rules instituted into the IFBB, where you have to win a show, of course it's going to make things a lot harder. That being said, you're trying to get the cream of the crop out of it, and that's just how it is. You have so many physiques that are going to be so close. This is going to force everybody to bring their A games, and what I'm hoping is the bigger names that are going to have to qualify this year, when they come to these shows, if they're off, they can lose and not end up qualifying. So I'm hoping that the judges will follow the criteria as they set forth this year, and let it be that. So when the best man wins the show, not just the name. So I'm coming in I'm doing the Hartford, Connecticut, which is the Europa, on the 29th and 30th of June. I'm going to start my diet a little bit slower, a little bit further out. I'm going to use a lot of fish this time. And I'm going to try to get in shape a little bit earlier, but I'm not going to use cardio, try to keep the legs bigger. I've actually got some different kind of equipments. I'm using some Nebula equipments and some pendulum equipments over at Freedom Gym in Cave Creek, Arizona. So I'll be training there a lot, and I think that you're going to see some improvements because I'll be able to hit my legs at different angles that I haven't been able to because of the injury.
Marcus, honestly, I know you want to improve, obviously. I have to say, though, if you just look like you did last summer, I don't see how you can't make top 3. I even could see you winning the Hartford, Connecticut, because You know, let's just say that Troy Alves, who beat you in Phoenix, he looked awesome, by the way. But he's known, and you know, it's a subjective activity. Bodybuilding, if they see you more and they see your face, then you're kind of on their radar a little bit. And I think that's summer. Tijuana, as well as Phoenix, put you on the radar. So as long as you can reproduce how you look, forget improvements. I mean, that's wonderful. If you can improve even more, I don't know how that'd be possible at your level, but if you could do that, even make some improvements, that's awesome. But as long as you look like you did then, I see you, first of all, qualifying for the Olympia. And I can see you placing in the top 10. So tell me, is that your goal? You know, do you want to be Mr. Olympia one day? What are your goals for bodybuilding? Thank
you. I mean, thank you for the confidence. I have no delusions of grandeur. I know that I'm not going to ascend to the top of the throne and be Mr. Olympia. I know my genetic limitations. Do I think I can crack top 10 and I deserve to? Hell yeah. Do I think I can be a top 7 guy, top 6? Yes. I think that I have the potential to do that. It's just things have got to fall right. Everything's got to turn out in my favor. My goal is to qualify. I mean, I'm looking at the Hartford, Connecticut as my first win. You know, I'm definitely going to diet a lot harder than I've dieted before. You know, I'm not going to try to make these huge improvements. Only thing I want to improve on is keeping my legs full. I have a tendency when you diet, and if I do 2 or 3 shows, the legs kind of thin out. And because of not having this wasp waist, I got to keep them big to offset, to make my waist look smaller and make my shoulders look wider. So right now what I'm doing is playing a game of fine-tuning and tweaking things to create the illusion of having a bigger and more symmetrical package. And so that's why I'm thinking that, you know, not running the legs off with the cardio as much, keeping them full, and just letting the diet do its work is going to work to my advantage. And I think that, you know, my goal right now is to hit the Hartford, win it. If I win it, I'm probably going to sit down and wait for the Olympia. There's no reason to gas myself out doing other shows. And then I'm banging for that top 10 spot.
Honestly, Marcus, I'm happy that you're realistic, for one, because that's good. It's nice to see some guys, their heads get, and I understand, when you win a show maybe or come top 3, something's going to happen. You can get that confidence, and maybe you can get ahead of yourself. You have a very realistic outlook. I think that's important. I think that the fans can appreciate that, and the judges and everybody can appreciate that. So Marcus, tell us, how can your fans find you online? I know you post every now and then on the muscular development boards. Is there anywhere else that your fans can get a hold of you on the internet?
They can follow me on Twitter at @mcomethaley. I'm going to be on there. I'm going to start posting actually all of my training regimen, what I do rep for rep, my food regimen. I'm going to post it all online on my Twitter. Also, you can go to my Facebook page. You know, you guys can find me there. My website's being totally redone. I'm going to be we're launching a new Metrics 180 program. I'm going to be launching that out. So it's basically a virtual trainer in a box, and I'll actually be one of the guys behind it helping people train. So a lot of my fans can actually go on metrics.com and get on there too and find me.
Well, guys, you heard it straight from Marcus himself. Like I said, I see no reason why he shouldn't be at that Olympia this year. And you know, granted, bodybuilding is a subjective activity, but I think that he can place that top 10. I could see him, as he said, being a top 7, top 6 guy. I think that's realistic at this point in Marcus's career, and I don't see why that's not possible. So here, but with bodybuildingpro.com, with Marcus Haley at the Metrics booth, Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic 2012.